由 Tom Cruise 主演嘅特務系列電影一直深受全球觀眾喜愛，轉眼間電影已經拍到第7部。呢日作為主角兼監製嘅 Tom Cruise 就率領一班演員現身羅馬出席全球首映禮。因為疫情嘅關係，電影曾經輾轉多地拍攝。而其中一段驚心動魄嘅飛車場面就喺羅馬取景，呢日片中嘅黃色古董車都有現身啊
！That is the car that we drove with Hayley Atwell in there. I can't believe that it's at the bottom of these steps. We were doing donuts and the tires were on fire, smoking. Not on fire, they were smoking. But this is a city of cinema, you know, I mean, the films that I grew up with, watching, you know, of Italian cinema, to be able to take these cars and create action and develop character. You know, the character of Hayley Atwell, Grace, really inspired the tone that we were allowed to have through Rome. And I've always wanted to film in Venice, and McHugh and I had talked about it for many, many years. So to be able to go from Rome to Venice, you know, you'll see it. And they're both different tones and represent a different emotional aspect of this picture.
女主角 Hayley Atwell 曾經被爆喺拍攝期間同 Tom Cruise 戲假情真，不過隨住電影拍攝結束，兩人嘅緋聞亦都告一段落。而 Hayley 就喺今年4月高調宣布同作曲家男友訂婚。呢日兩位主角同場出席，落落大方，一啲都唔尷尬。Hayley 仲對之前嘅緋聞男友有讚冇彈添啊！
I think what amazes me about him is his dedication to always try something else, try something new, get better. As soon as one film is over, he's like, okay, yeah, great, I'm pleased that worked out, I'm glad it was all for the audience, great, and he's moved on to the next thing. He's very good at letting it go so he can actually focus on, okay, what is the thing that I don't know how to do, that I think would be impossible for me to do? How would I go about with all the steps in place to make sure that I can find a way to fulfill that ambition? And I think it's his attitude more than anything else that I'm most impressed about, as in his consistency to always develop.
Pegg喺特務系列電影中一直飾演 Tom Cruise 嘅助手，有機會再次出演，佢話自己義不容辭啊。
Whenever I get the call to make these films, or you know, I see Tom again, I know that I'm going to have an adventure. I don't know what adventure the shape it's going to take, but I know it's going to be incredible. We all train hard, you know. We always usually have to learn a new skill set. I had to learn to drive a boat in Venice, you know, there's very narrow canals. I've had to learn to drive a speedboat. I know you're going to take on a new skill set because Tom wants us to be the ones doing the thing that we're doing. If the actor's doing it, the actor can act while it's happening. If the stunt professional takes over, you only get the stunt, you don't get the acting. And I think Tom appreciates the value of that.
Tom Clementieff 因為出演超英電影飾演螳螂女一角而廣為人知，呢次佢就穿越到特務系列電影中飾演一個反派嘅角色，佢仲自爆係呢個系列嘅忠實 fans 添啊
I saw the first movie when I think I was maybe 11 in France, in French. I saw it on a tiny TV that was barely working. It was black and white, but I loved it. I was blown away by the action and by the story. And yeah, it was one of my dreams to be part of Mission Impossible. And actually, I started training, learning martial arts and fight training and stunts years ago. And I would even write in my schedule, in my phone, sometimes I would write Mission Impossible instead of training to kind of like manifest it.